Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today, Friday morning, September 25th, 2020. I'm the man they call Meathead, and it's Friday morning, and we didn't get to talk to him Wednesday morning because of technical issues, but I brought him here just for you, ladies and gentlemen, or ladies. It's Matthew Thomas.
I've got a week of pent up something.
Well, if it's pent up, go ahead and let that out somewhere on your own, in your own room, by your own self. Do what you do on your time.
Well,
but today,
the good thing is I'm going to get it to let it out in all of our listeners' ears.
Oh, that's just disgusting. I mean, who's to say that manscaped.com could help them in the ears, but I definitely know that they could help them everywhere else. One of our big sponsors here, manscaped.com, making sure that you get the Lawnmower 3.0, get your balls silky smooth, like Dave Hero says. You know, honestly, I've always considered my balls to be, like the Sierra Forest. But after manscaped.com, it's the Sahara Desert. They're nice and silky smooth, kind of like a couple eggs in a handkerchief. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. Just place them right down and just, it's almost like laying on a bed, a cloud, like a cloud when you're sitting there laying in your Russell or your Wilson athletic sweatpants, and you just got done using a Lawnmower 3.0, put a little ball tack on there. That's good stuff. So hey,
here's the perfect lead in too. Speaking of Wilson, they're going to have the texture of Wilson from Castaway.
He was kind of smooth as well. But manscaped.com, use the promo code PWR, get yourself 20% off of the Lawnmower 3.0 with its 7,000 RPM. And I mean, they've got a lot more, including free shipping, plus the care packages, and that really cool toiletry bag as well. Plus, they're giving away boxers. I mean, get on over to the website, take a look. The promo code's PWR, and it's 20%. All right, Matthew, let's talk Clash of Champions, not Clash of Balls, because, after you're silky smooth, they're not going to clash anymore. Let's talk Clash of Champions.
I think that sounds like a plan.
It is a plan, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to work our way up the card to the main. Now, it's not official yet because they change it around all the time, but it looks like the Raw Women's Championship will be the kickoff match. It's Asuka taking on a brand new competitor in the name of Zelina Vega. What are your thoughts on Asuka and Zelina Vega?
I like the fact that you're having Zelina as a singles wrestler now. I mean, there's tremendous talent there. I wish it was a much more gradual process. I wish we had seen her climb the quote-unquote ranks of the women's division and kind of earn this title shot as opposed to having it happen more or less overnight. I look forward to it. I don't believe there is even a slight chance that she walks away with the women's title. Good to see her get the spotlight. Wish it was done a little bit more gradual. Asuka walks away as your champion.
I wish it would make sense because she interfered in a match after leaving her boys, who are getting tag team title opportunity at the pay-per-view as well, attacked Asuka, wrestled the next week, won the match, and boom, there she is.
Yeah.
Granted, they sold us that she won a one-on-one match, but how come none of the other women's competitors were in that match with Mickie James to see who took on Asuka? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm glad to see her. Let's not get this twisted here. I'm glad to see her. I'm glad that Linda, Team Longtime K is going to get some pay-per-view pre-show points for the PWR fantasy draft and not the giraffe. It's actually draft. But yeah, Asuka should walk away with this match with no problem. Now, who's to say that this match doesn't get flipped again with the United States Championship match? Bobby Lashley taking on Apollo Crews. Apollo just beat, technically, MVP for the United States Championship. But Bobby Lashley's now the champion after he beat Apollo Crews. This is Apollo Crews' rematch. I really do think that Bobby Lashley should retain this belt and let Apollo Crews move on to something else. The Hurt Business is doing good business right now.
The momentum is on the side of the Hurt Business, and I don't see this match going any other way. I would be absolutely shocked if we didn't see Bobby Lashley come out of this strong. They've done a great job with that stable. Those four guys look great together. And just, credit to everybody, but my goodness, what MVP has done to all three of those guys' careers. They look like, a unit that works great together. They look like they gel. They look like it is a stable, and so very happy for everybody involved. And my goodness, I am extremely happy to see Shelton Benjamin in a top stable in 2020.
Ain't no stopping me now. He's the gold standard. Somebody call his mama. Shelton Benjamin is relevant again, and I love
honestly one of the best things to come out of professional wrestling in 2020.
And when Fox took over the SmackDown side of it, Shelton Benjamin was scheduled to be around that time too, but he got hurt, and it was kind of postponed, and honestly just showed up out of nowhere. So let's talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the unorthodox team, as WWE will have you believe, takes on the Riot Squad. Here's what I really want out of this. I want the Riot Squad to win, because I need to see Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler go one-on-one. Will it happen? I doubt it.
Yeah, Riot Squad, they've done a great job of revamping them and making them look like a solid, credible tag team. I don't think it's going to happen here, though. I mean, I think you're definitely going with Nia and Shayna. You're going a Hangman Kenny Omega storyline. This is WWE's current version of that, and I think this is going to play out for quite a while. I mean, and unfortunately, you're just coming off the heels of not extremely similar because they were quote unquote friends, but you just got the Bayley and Sasha Banks split. I think they're going to go for something similar here. They're going to see how long they can go with this. But yeah, I expect them to retain on Sunday.
The thing with the Women's Tag Team Championship match, I mean, yes, they can go across 3 brands. I don't see them showing up on NXT except for maybe a one-off, but I don't think anything is going to come of it. No. But they don't have to be on TV all the time. Now, the men's tag teams obviously should be a little bit more prominent, but I mean, they can go a couple weeks off TV and it won't change anything going on with them. Another tag team championship match: Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro taking on Lucha House Party. Lucha. What do you think is going to happen here?
I see Cesaro and Shinsuke walking out with this one.
Yeah, because I don't know if there's. I mean, dude, Shinsuke is great. Everybody knows he's great, but Cesaro, I think, has had a lot of great time. I don't know what else there is to do with those guys after they lose the belts. So I think they need to keep the belts on them.
This is as relevant as those two characters, and I say that, with quotation marks, has felt in a very, very long time. All the talent in the world, both guys have just not had a great experience as far as getting over, staying over in main event caliber situations. They seem comfortable here, and
the bar one was solid. I mean, when it was Sheamus and Cesaro, that was solid.
Yeah,
Shinsuke was a former world champion.
Yeah.
But since then, nothing.
Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily see any investment or, unfortunately, anything to really gain at this juncture of putting the belts on, Lucha House Party. They are that fun, lightning fast tag team that's, kind of there in the middle of the card to get people excited and amped up. And by people, I mean the people at home right now, I guess. I just don't see a tag team title run in their future, in their immediate future, I should say.
Okay. Final tag team match, the Raw Tag Team Championship match. My boys, the Street Profits, bring the smoke against Andrade and Garza. Now, here's the cool thing. As far as PWR draft goes, I've been riding high with the Street Profits. They just keep winning and winning and winning. However, if they lose this match to Andrade and Garza, I've got Garza. I would prefer it to be the Street Profits, retaining, because if Andrade and Garza win, David Hero also gets title win points as well.
I don't see the upside of having Street Profits drop here. Andrade and Garza, it's just one of those, okay, why are they back in the tag team title picture? Again, it just seems like that horse has been ridden to death. And especially now with, losing Zelina Vega, I don't see them walking away with the win here. I think it's another tag team title retention.
Okay. Speaking of tag team title retentions, can Bayley retain against Nikki Cross for the women's championship on SmackDown?
Without a doubt, Bayley is red hot right now, and there's no reason to think that she drops the title on Sunday.
Champion number 4 of mine in a row. I have the Street Profits. I have Bayley. I have 4 in a row. 3 out of 4, excuse me. I have Street Profits. I have Bayley. I also have Jeff Hardy taking on AJ Styles, taking on Sami Zayn. Will we finally get a Intercontinental Championship champion? And what reason would there be for Jeff Hardy to lose this belt?
The reason would be that I think the title is more interesting on either one of these two guys. This is most likely going to be match of the night. I think they are going to absolutely wow the viewing audience. Sami Zayn made comments earlier in the week about what an incredible opportunity this is of him quintessentially going up against guys that he dreamed of wrestling, when he was essentially growing up and coming up in professional
and
wrestling.
Sitting in Ring of Honor all those years.
Yeah. So this is going to be an absolutely incredible night. I do see a title change here. And I think that, out of all three of these guys, Sami is the guy that I'm most interested in. And I don't think, he can't run with the, claiming he's still the Intercontinental Champion,
right.
He never lost at this, that, and the other. I mean, quintessentially, you could have somebody winning the title and he's never pinned for it. So there is that possibility, but
absolutely. And then he gets a single against Jeff.
Yeah. I think they go ahead with Sami right here. Sami is just extremely
I don't want to hear
entertaining. That. I think this is where Sami comes out. And remember AJ Styles, if he wants a rematch and all of this, he's got a very good representative in Joseph Park. So he's got that card up his sleeve.
Park and Park.
Yeah. Go ahead and put it on Sami.
My fourth champion in a row here, Drew McIntyre takes on Randy Orton. As we've been going down this card, I've been thinking about it. Boy, we've said retain. Oh, I forgot about Asuka. Asuka's a champion too.
Yeah.
I've been saying retain. Where's the title change? I don't see Drew McIntyre losing to Randy Orton. I think that there's going to be a Keith Lee issue, and if there is a Keith Lee issue, it may cost him the belt, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I know I'm on the lower side of this that most people won't agree, but I do see Drew McIntyre retaining.
This one's tough to call. It really is. I think everything up until the last match we talked about, the Intercontinental match, are going to be title retentions. This one I could see going either way, just because at this point, if McIntyre retains, you really need to go down the card, of potential heel challengers for that title. And I mean, they're there. You can move people around, but my goodness, Randy Orton has been so hot as of late. The fact that he's getting another match, the fact that there's another match, just makes me wonder if they don't go ahead and pull the trigger here. And what both major companies are lacking right now is that heel champion. AEW's got Moxley on top. WWE's had McIntyre since April. I still think the story is whenever you get to a point, with a sizable crowd, my goodness, I hope they'll be able to pull off a WrestleMania next year. It's still way too early to call. I think that you still need to give McIntyre that crowning moment in front of a live audience because the guy unfortunately missed that. But, ever since Mania, because you had the Moxley title win in March, you had McIntyre win it in April. Both major companies has had a babyface champion, and you are missing out on stories that you can tell at the top of the card. I'm going to be bold in saying the belt's going on Orton on Sunday.
Finally, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso. They could shock the world and make Jey Uso the champion. It's not going to happen, folks.
No, and you just further cement Roman. And I think this is going to be a long title reign, no pun intended. And I think that he's, this is the Roman that people wanted. And it wasn't this shocking heel turn moment. The shocking moment was when that camera panned to the right and you had Paul Heyman in a backstage vignette, and then you got the WWE signature. One of the most shocking WWE moments actually coming outside of the ring right as the show went off the air. One of the biggest surprises, I think, honestly, in years in WWE. So Reigns, I think, retains. But here's the thing, and this is what I think WWE is doing an absolutely wonderful job of here. generally that first match after a title win, if you pull the odds out, and you looked at the occurrences where somebody's had that first title win and dropped the title in the subsequent match. I mean, I think it's actually happened a decent amount with Sasha Banks. She's one of the anomalies there.
Sasha has never defended her title.
Yeah. But in most cases, top of the card titles like that, that's the first match after a title win is almost guaranteed to be a title retention. If you're going to do that formula.
Actually, Randy Orton. No, wait, I take it back. It was Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit won it. Randy Orton took it from him a month later.
Wow. I did not.
That was during the Evolution days. And then Randy Orton won it, and then that was Batista with the thumbs down.
Yeah. But it is definitely the exception to the rule. But here's what they're doing. That match, that first title defense, why not put somebody else who you've never really had in singles contention for a major title? Why not give them a shot? And that's what they're doing here. And, I give them a ton of credit.
Thing is absolutely great. I absolutely love it. I've said it on this program a few times here. You know what? It's time to show out and show up. It's time to show the office that you're a main event player. I mean, he's probably not going to win the match, but you know what? Show the office that you have what it takes. And maybe you get another opportunity. This is a golden spot for Jey Uso to be in. And, maybe there's a point where Jimmy comes down the road. And it's, because we have, I believe it's coming up this Saturday, tomorrow night, we have boxing brother versus brother.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. I mean, I think what you're probably going to get with this is you're going to get a gradual turn up the dial on Roman's heel character. I think he'll probably be
absolutely
a little bit rougher than people are comfortable with. Maybe some, maybe some continuation after the match. And maybe that is where you get the brother coming to the aid of his other brother. And you have, the next pay-per-view, you have those two go at it. This is a vehicle to tell that story of this new Roman Reigns. And I think
hopefully they come in the exact same hairdos so you can play the twin magic.
Oh yeah, that would be a nice little Bella tribute there.
There you go. Well, the big show is Sunday. It's going to happen at 7 Eastern, 6 Central on the WWE Network or wherever you're watching the pay-per-views at. We've got TakeOver next week as well. And Matthew, there are lots of points happening in the PWR draft. I'm down to a 20-point lead on Dave Hero. Literally, there was a point where I was double the points on him, but dude had the main event 3 pay-per-views in a row. So we're going to just have to see. He's got the main event this week. He's got Roman Reigns. I got Drew McIntyre. Damien's still in the mix with Finn Balor at TakeOver next week. Linda Kay now with competitors. And even Drew. Drew has got Shayna Baszler in the mix. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of good points. Hey, Matthew, don't forget collarandelbowbrand.com. PWR 360 gets you 10% off. They got a brand new animal shirt out there as well. RIP Animal, and 100% of the proceeds going to Animal's family. We did that with the Shad Gaspard shirt as well. Those are going to be hot. You got to get over to the website and take a look now before they sell out, and then you're waiting for more shirts and waiting for more shirts and waiting for more shirts. I know I had to wait for my Shad Gaspard because they just couldn't keep up with the demand. So go get yourself some shirts. Matthew, anything before we send this week home?
I bid everyone a wonderful weekend.
That's a crisp 20, as we call it in the biz. So for Matthew Thomas, I'm the man they call Meathead. Thanks for stopping by. So long, everyone.